Hello, this is Michelle Power from Positively for Pink, and I have the great honor today of meeting our very first recipient of the Positively for Pink grants, which started in 2018. It's been a long haul here. We've yet to meet Babs, but just through happenstance, here we are today, and it's an honor. We've been sitting here talking for the last 15 minutes and just getting to know each other a little bit. And she's agreed to do a live with me to sort of talk about, the benefits of P4P, the struggle of breast cancer, what that has been like for her. So as I said, this is our first grant recipient. Her name is Babs. So I'm going to ask some questions from over here to Babs just because of COVID and we want to be safe. And that's okay. That's Matan? Matan. And that
for gift in Hebrew.
Yes, he's a good boy. So I'm going to ask Babs a few questions.
Recording.
Are you nervous?
Oh, no. Yes, I'm nervous.
Well, thank you so much for doing this for us because you know what? As much as P4P might have helped you, this will help us equally, if not more.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Why I had you come here.
So could you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Where do you want me to start? I was born in Chicago.
Well, how about this? How did you come to find out that you had breast cancer?
In 2014, I had a mammogram and it came back clean. But then, like a week later, there was like some bruising under my breast. And I thought, oh, that's weird. Well, maybe they squeezed me where there wasn't breast.
Yeah.
So I called them up. I said, it's like this little bump. It's like a bruise. He said, well, just wait a while and see if it gets any better. And, well, it didn't get better. So one thing led to another, to a biopsy and a determination that it was breast cancer.
Do you remember what that felt like to hear those words?
Well, it was pretty awful. Beth was with me, and the surgeon handed us a piece of Kleenex and left the room. And we just had some private moments together, but it was pretty scary.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure that was difficult.
And that cancer, I can't remember all of what each cancer was, but
yep.
That particular one, I had to have what they call the red devil, and I did lose my hair. I shaved my head before I lost my hair because I didn't want to just lose it in clumps.
Yeah.
And I think that was really one of the hardest parts for me. It's not like I have long hair because I never did have long hair.
Yeah.
As you can see, I still have short hair. It's just that hair sort of identifies.
Absolutely. No.
And I don't think it looks very good well. So. But anyway, so I went through chemo. I had a lumpectomy, and I went through chemo and radiation for that cancer. And then I thought I was done. I went 4 years without having cancer. And the fifth year, which is fifth year, is the time when you can say bye-bye to the hormones and medications, to seeing the doctor only once a year. All that went down the drain because I got the second cancer. And how did that? Oh, that was determined through the mammogram. I had to have an ultrasound. It was on, let me just step back for a second. The first cancer, they didn't see it on the mammogram, so that's why they said it was a clean mammogram. They didn't see it because it was under my breast, sitting on a pec muscle. So they didn't really see it.
Gotcha.
And that surgery was actually much more complex. I had to have a plastic surgeon and drains, and all sorts of stuff after that. But the second lumpectomy, which was in 2018, it was a much simpler process. I didn't have to have a plastic surgeon or drains or any of that, but I still did have chemo and radiation. And then I had an art show, a breast cancer art show at Cooley Dickinson. They allowed me the conference room for 6 hours, and it was like a finale. It was on the last day of my treatment, October 9th.
That's special.
And so I rang the bell, and they have a bell for your last chemo, and everybody's wearing checkered shirts because I started this fashion statement at the hospital where everybody wore checker shirts on Wednesdays because that's the day that I came. And they all had their checker shirts on, and the show was a huge success. I mean, it was just amazing. People were really moved by the show, and it was supposed to have a month-long show. This October, we were talking about it. But now with COVID, it's not going to be possible.
Right.
I think it will be possible at some point if I'm still alive. And if I'm not still alive, I hope that my partner and friends will create a show for me. But in the meantime, I created a book, which is like the show, which I'm sort of leaving as a legacy.
Yes, actually, you sent me a copy of that book, which is beautiful, and I did do a Facebook Live for people to see that. And at some point, we'll put up a link so that people can also view the book, possibly buy the book, join your Facebook page. And I know
There's no buying the book.
Oh, okay. There you go.
The book is free.
There you go.
I don't want anyone to have to buy it.
Okay. All right. Good to know. So then you were diagnosed again.
Oh, so after the show, when I thought I was all done, October 9th, 3 months later, I have this little fatty bump on my side, outside, on the side of my torso, right here where I'm pointing. And I was like, what the heck? I wasn't even going to tell my doctor. And I did because I had a feeling. So I had a biopsy, and even the surgeon who did the biopsy said, if this is cancer, I'll eat my toe.
Oh.
So Beth and I hugged each other, and we were just like so relieved to know that it wasn't cancer, right? Well, then a couple of days later, she called and she said she's been crying all night that it is breast cancer. It's metastatic breast cancer.
And Babs, could you explain for people who don't know what metastatic breast cancer is? What is metastatic breast cancer?
Well, it's just the cancer, the breast cancer, went to all different parts of my body. And that was one of them. And they're using this right now as a marker as to whether the chemo is working or not. And I'm happy to say that it's just in the last week, it's shrinking drastically.
We're happy to hear that.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. But so I have brain tumors. I have tumors in my lung. I have a very, very large tumor in my liver. And I have cancer in my bones. And at first, it was really hard to have the cancer in my bones because I had trouble walking. I mean, for a while in the beginning, I was using a walker and a cane. And I still use the cane like when I go in the woods or like if there's uneven surfaces. But basically, I don't need the pain anymore because the radiation helped, and now apparently the chemo is helping. The first chemo I had did not work.
Yep.
Things increased in size, and it's pretty much a disaster.
Yeah.
But this one seems to be working.
Well, we're happy to hear that. What would you say the main obstacle for you in each one of these diagnoses has been?
Well, financially, it's just been really a challenge. Like the first time that I contacted Pawsitively for Pink, and I don't know why I keep wanting to call it Pawsitively for Paws.
Maybe because we have the pause in the name, or
I don't know. But anyway, I found you on Facebook, and it was really a godsend because at the time I didn't have a job. I was in between jobs, and that's, I think, I don't know where she was at, but financially, we were not in good shape. So to not have a job was, my first time I had cancer, I had a job, and so I had a long-term disability plan. So it was a little easier the first time. But the second time, I didn't have any of that. And I ended up going, was that this time? Or? I think I ended up going on Mass Health. But I don't know if it was this time or in 2018.
Yeah.
But, so it was a struggle to pay bills,
sure,
get food. I had some other assistance through another organization for food. They sent me some grocery cards.
Yeah.
And you guys helped me with two times with some very large bills. So
yeah.
I'm so appreciative.
Oh, and we're so happy to be able to help you. How did you experience the process of getting to Pawsitively for Pink? Did you feel like the paperwork was easy? Did you feel like you got a quick response?
I felt like it was very easy. I got a very quick response. And Michelle was at the movies with her son. Do you have a son?
No, it must have been with friends.
You were at the movies and you even answered the phone and said you'd call me back later. And it just felt very real.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm happy that was your experience. And we all know that physically it can be a challenge for women, and physically it can be a challenge for women. But how about emotionally? How has that been for you over the last 3 diagnoses?
It's been rough, but art has helped a lot. Just the first time I didn't do very much art, I was really in shock, and I didn't understand all this chemo, and I had no hair, and my whole life changed, so I wasn't. And the second time I said, oh, okay, I'm going to do this again. So I had a better idea of what to expect. And so my goal was I was going to try to do art every day. That didn't happen, but it did happen quite frequently, enough to create a body of work for the show.
Yep.
And a body of work for the book. And in the book, there's about 5 pieces that I did after this most current diagnosis. So there's a show, what was in the show, and then 5 or 6 more pieces.
Yeah. And then you had mentioned while we were talking before the live started that you were hoping, you had reached out to an organization that is helping you put together like a life memorial. So if you talk about that briefly for people.
Yes, so A Window Between Worlds is an art-based program which helps trauma survivors. That I went to the training in California in 2013 and started doing workshops with domestic violence and sexual assault survivors, and most recently with cancer survivors. I did a small group right here at my house. It's really great not to have to go anywhere.
Right.
And I contacted the founder of A Window Between Worlds. Her name is Kathy, and asked her if she would help me figure out some art activity to do for my celebration of life, because this diagnosis kind of meant that I might be dying. So I wanted to try to get some things together, and through that, just through me asking her that, we came up with so many ideas that she created a Babs Mayer scholarship fund so that one person a year can go to the facilitators training and then hold their own groups with trauma survivors.
So something that is a negative thing turned into a positive for you.
Well, it's turned into so much more. Yes, it's just such a legacy that I feel I'm leaving behind, and the other part of it is that on the scholarship page, there's an invitation for people to do art, and then we created a Facebook page for people to display the art they create. It's
Nice.
very, very beginning, so there's not much there yet.
Yeah.
There will be.
There will be, yeah, sure. And we'll promote that for you, and hopefully more people will see it and want to do that, and get some emotional relief from that.
It's like Kathy calls it a slow celebration of life, because it's what it's doing. The Facebook page is allowing me to see the permission canvases before I die. I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Well, you know what? Is there any last words that you think would be important for people to know, or any last words that you'd like to say while we're on this particular live? Because we will probably do another one together at some point.
No, just don't be afraid to ask for help through Positively for Pink.
You got it.
Really, they're very easygoing, wonderful people, and I'm so glad I hooked up with them. I told the hospital about you. I've told anybody that needs help about you.
That's awesome, and we greatly appreciate it. And honestly, it is an honor to sit with you and talk with you, and I wish you really from the bottom of my heart that everything works out okay for you. I really do.
Thank you.